I'll do business with you, but the fact is that I despise your masquerade, the dishonest way you pose yourself and your whole family.
This mother lover right here. Oh, God damn. What's happening, party people? This is James A. Hurst, internationally tolerated screenwriter and story expert, and welcome to What Makes This Scene Great. In this series, I'm breaking down great scenes in movie and TV strictly from a writing perspective. In this video, we're going to look at a classic scene from The Godfather II, written by Francis Ford Coppola and Mario Puzo. Mike Nichols, director of classics like The Graduate and Carnal Knowledge, once said that every great scene is either a fight, a negotiation, or a seduction. The scene we're looking at today isn't a seduction, but it is both a negotiation and a fight. But a fight where voices are never raised and no blood is drawn. Before we dive into the scene, here's what you need to know. We're in Nevada, late 1950s. Michael Corleone's expanding the family's business into Las Vegas. And Senator Geary, crooked as they come but convinced he's above it all, wants a payoff to renew the family's gaming license. The senator thinks he's in charge, but he's about to find out who is quietly pulling the strings. Let's take a look.
It's my lawyer, Tom Hagen, Senator Geary. Mr. Hagen. He's the one who arranged this whole thing through your man Turnbull.
Yes.
Sir.
I was under the impression that you and I would talk alone.
All right, so there's some introductory stuff off the top of the scene, setting it up. The first shot, if I like to see dialogue as kind of like a tennis match, right? So someone's got to serve. The first serve comes from Geary, and what does he say? He says, "We're supposed to be talking alone, and you brought all your friends in here. What the hell's that about?" The person hitting the ball back, which is Michael, he has to hit the ball back and put a spin on it. So it's this sort of like constant zigging and zagging, going upward, 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 upward. So watch how he responds.
I trust these men with my life, Senator. If I were to ask them to leave, it would be an insult.
Well,
You see, so what does Michael do there, right? He says, "I'm so important, Senator, that I have people around me who are protecting me." Where's the senator's people? The senator's sitting there alone. So you see, it's sort of a low-key insult, right? It does raise the temperature a little bit, and it throws him off. You know, one thing to think about is that it's a competition, right? Especially a scene like this, but almost every scene is a competition between two people who are vying for something, right? So what do you want to do in a competition? Well, get in the other guy's head, get in the other person's head, right? Throw him off a little bit. So you see here, Gary's laughing. He's uncomfortable. He doesn't know what to say to that. So that line works on that level as well. Let's see how Geary responds.
it's perfectly all right with me, but I should tell you that I am a blunt man, and I intend to speak very frankly to you. Maybe more frankly than anyone in my position's ever talked to you about it.
So what does Geary say? Gary's a good competitor. He ups the stakes. He ups it. He dials it up a little bit. He says, "Fine, I don't care there's people in the room." He does care. "I don't care there's people in the room, but I'm about to kick your ass. And I'm going to kick your ass in a way that no one's ever kicked your ass before." Now, look at what Michael's doing. Is he ranting and raving? Is he saying anything? No, he's letting us smoke because he couldn't give a shit. So think about this. Sometimes the best line you write is not a line. It's an action. So by Michael not taking the bait there and lighting a smoke instead, he's basically just ignoring what the guy said. This guy said, "I'm going to smack you down so hard, son. You know, you've never been smacked like this before." What does he do? He lights a cigarette. He doesn't give a shit. So Michael's response, even without words, is again upping the temperature and the tension in the scene. Let's see how it continues.
Corleone family has done very well here in Nevada. You own or you control two major hotels in Vegas, one in Reno. The licenses were grandfathered in, so there was no problem with the gaming commission. Now, my sources tell me that you plan to make a move against the Tropicana. They tell me that within a week, you're going to move Klingman out. That's quite an expansion. However, it will leave you with one little technical problem. The license will still be in Klingman's name.
Turnbull is a good man.
Yeah, well, let's cut out the bullshit. I don't want to spend any more time here than I have to. You're going to have the license. Price is $250,000, plus a monthly payment of 5% of the gross. Of all 4 hotels, Mr. Corleone.
He's extorting the head of the Corleone family. That's a ballsy move. So how do you go even further? He actually gets racist on him and says Corleone, implying, well, not implying, straight out saying, you changed your name, and I know who you really are. You, Corleone. You're really Italian. You're trying not to be. So he's going straight up racist here. And again, we're seeing like he's hitting the ball back to Michael really hard, and is testing Michael's resolve in the scene to not crack. Okay, that's where the tension's coming from.
Now, the price for the license is less than $20,000. Am I right?
That's right.
Now, why would I ever consider paying more than that?
Because I intend to squeeze you. I don't like your kind of people. I don't like to see you come out to this clean country in your oily hair, dressed up in those silk suits. You try to pass yourselves off as decent Americans. I'll do business with you, but the fact is that I despise your masquerade, the dishonest way you pose yourself and your whole fucking family.
This mother lover right here. Oh, God damn. Again, in a sense, like the emotional stakes for Michael in this scene is to not lose his cool, to not get mad. Now, this is Michael Corleone, okay? His gift is he never gets mad. You hit him with a cattle prod and he just sits there, right? That's his gift. So part of what we're amazed, we're dazzled by this calm that he's showing, right? We're dazzled and we're frightened of it. I mean, it's frightening in a way how calm he is. But at the same time, we see the value of it. Michael's response is just legendary. Okay, this is one of my favorite lines in all of cinema.
Senator, we're both part of the same hypocrisy. But never think it applies to my family.
Ah, I love that line. It's just so cold-blooded. It's also goes right to the theme of the movie, and it also goes right to who Michael is and his central contradiction, which is that he's willing to do anything to protect his family. Because in his mind, his family is pure. His family is beyond hypocrisy and a masquerade. His family is pure. But that's his misbelief. He thinks his family's above it. And he thinks anything he does to protect his family absents him from any sort of morality. He can do whatever he wants. So that's why that line is so powerful.
All right. Some people have to play little games. You play yours.
So I said sometimes the best line is the line you didn't write. Gary's standing up and moving the cannon to face Michael, and there's Michael staring right at it. I mean, what a great moment, right? Now, that beat was not scripted, at least not in the script that you can download that's publicly available. I imagine they came up with it on the day. But it is a very, very powerful beat, and it's certainly one that you could script.
So let's just say that you'll pay me because it's in your interest to pay me. But I want you answering the money by noon tomorrow. And one more thing. Don't you contact me again, ever. From now on, you deal with Turnbull. Open that door, son.
Senator, you can have my answer now if you like.
One of the best things you can do in a scene is to genuinely surprise the audience, maybe even surprise yourself. I don't know if Coppola and Puzo were surprised by this beat, but I've seen this scene 100 times, and every time I am surprised by what Michael is about to say.
My offer is this. Nothing. Not even the fee for the gaming license, which I would appreciate if you would put up personally. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Ladies, I didn't know you were out here. Honey, we have to go. We're 30 minutes late.
Oh, really? Sorry.
Mrs. Corleone is going to work.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
You might not know this term, maybe you do. A button. So a button is a little beat you put at the end of the scene. It comes from the comedy world, but we use it in drama all the time too. So you button the scene up, you sew it up, you put a little bow on it, right? So that's what a button is. So that's one of the greatest buttons ever, because in a scene that's about hypocrisy and about masquerades, okay, and Michael calls him out and is basically saying, you know, we're both part of this masquerade. Don't think it applies to my family. And Gary sort of sneers at him, right? And then look at him. He goes right out and he just does it. He puts on a mask and says, "Oh, ladies, I didn't know you were here." You know, it's such a great button on that scene because it brings it back to the theme of a masquerade and hypocrisy. So Senator Gary walks in with a goal to extort Michael, only to have his ass handed to him. What starts as a negotiation becomes a cold-blooded execution, all without shooting or violence. That's Michael's gift, his almost supernatural calm. He can withstand racism, insults to his family, his pressure points getting jammed all over the place, and he doesn't break a sweat. That's his gift on display. Now, the thing about his gift of logic and calm, it also becomes his fatal flaw. And if you want to know more about Michael's flaw, I break down in this video on character right here. Bloink. This is James A. Hurst for Screenright. Until next time, be easy, stay awesome, and keep writing.